Ode to Nightingale, John Keats. So wrote the Nightingale to a Nightingale 1819, one of the famous great odes. The poem explores the conflicts between the painful reality of human life and the ideal world, represented by the Nightingale song. So it is a journey from suffering to imagination and finally back to reality. So the central idea, the poem presents its desire to escape from the suffering, mortality, and the Nightingale. However, he ultimately realizes that such escape is temporary and he must return to reality. So the major themes, reality versus imagination, mortality versus immortality, art and beauty, nature's permanence and the human suffering, death and the romantic escapism. So the stanza number one, the poet is emotional state. So he talk about in the first stanza, Keats heard the nightingale is singing joyfully and his heart aches not because he envies the bird and because he is overwhelmed by its happiness. So the meanings, the poet feels numbed, drowsy and detached from reality. So he comprises his condition to drinking hemlock, a poisonous plant and taking an opiate. So sinking into a lete, the river is the forgetfulness in Greek mythology. So significance, the nightingale symbolizes the pure joy, freedom and the natural beauty. The desire for wine. Keats wishes for a magical wine. What would help him leave the human world and join the bird? So symbol, wine is a vintage, escape and pleasure and the forgetfulness. Flora symbolizes the natural growth and beauty, and the Hipporange, a mythical fountain of the muses and represents the poetry and the inspiration. So the meaning, the poet wants to get human misery to merge with nature. So the enter the world of imagination. And the stanza number three, human suffering. Now kids explain how they wants to escape human life full of weariness, disease, old age, and sorrow and death. So the key images, Palsy sex a few set and the great hair, symbol of the old age. Youth grows well and dies, symbol of mortality. And the beauty cannot keep her lustrous eyes. Beauty fades with him. Time. Okay, sorry. New love find a dam beyond tomorrow. Love is temporary. So meaning everything is human is fragile and temporary. Stanza number four. Escape through poetry. Huh. So the poet rejects wine instead of his ocean. So the poesy symbol and the beauty wings of poetry, imagination and creative power. Poetry can transport him to bird's world better than alcohol. So the Besos, the poet rejects the physical intoxication and prefers the imaginative intoxication. So meaning art becomes a means of the transcendence. Stanza number five, sensuous experience. I cannot see that flowers are not my feet. The poet is now mentally among the trees. Although surrounded by darkness, he imagines hawthorn flowers, eagle lantern roses, the violets, and the mox roses. So literary importance. The stanza appeals to smell, hearing, touch, and imagination. So he demonstrates that it is famous concept of the sensuousness. Meaning, the imagination creates beauty even without sight. Stanza number 6, attraction toward that. The Nightingale's song is becomes a beautiful that a kid's drink thinks that would be pleasant at that moment. Important point, this is not suicide, rather a philosophical meditation of that on that. A voice to die peacefully while unexpecting beauty and experiencing beauty. Irony, if he dies, the bird will continue singing. He will no longer hear it. So meaning human life and beauty in nature continues. So the immortal bird, thou was not born for that immortal bird. That the philosophical climax of the poem. So, why the bird is immortal? And the non-individual bird is that the spices and the song continue across generations. Historical references. The same song may have been heard by kings, common people. Biblical references. To the share of the root. Root was homesick while working in the foreign fields. The Nightingale's song symbolizes the universal consolation, meaning art, nature, transcend time, class, and history. Stanza number 8. Return to reality. Forlorn is the very word life is a bell. And the forlorn is suddenly awakens in the poet, the magical experience ends. The bird is the place away song gradually, meadows, stream and hills and the valleys. Final question. What is the vision of the waking dream? Though I woke or sleep, the poet cannot distinguish between reality and imagination. Meaning, the poem ends with the uncertainty, the escape beauty but temporary, beautiful but temporary. Importance is symbol, Nightingale beauty, art immortality. Song, eternal artistic expression, wine escape from reality. Poetry, creative imagination, forest ideal world. Darkness, mystery and imagination, death, release from suffering. Root, universal human, loneliness, forlorn, return to reality. Major literary devices, symbolism. The Nightingales is a symbol of the eternal beauty and artistic permanence. Imagery, rich sensory of the description, visual imagery, auditory imagery, and the olfactory imagery. Example, the wild hawthorn. Alliteration, full of throated ridge. Abbreviation of the consonant. Personification, beauty cannot keep her lustrous eyes, beauty is treated as a person. Apostrophe, the poet directly addressed to the bird, thou wast not born like that. Metaphor, Bulas and the wings poetry. Poetry is the metaphorically given wings. Oxymoron, emblem and darkness. Darkness is described perspective life, which is theory, negative capability. So, the key idea of the associated with the John Keats negative capability definition, the ability to remain in the doubt, misery, and uncertainty without demanding definite answer. In the poem, uh, the ending of the question, do I wake or sleep, has a clear answer, no clear answer. Kids accept the ambiguity rather than the solving it. So, here, conclusion. Otto Nightingale is a romantic meditation of the beauty and the suffering of the imagination and the mortality and art. So, through the symbol of the Nightingale, Keats contrasts the transient and the natural human life with seeming and the permanence of the artistic and the natural beauty. Although the poet bravely escapes the reality through imagination, he finally returns to the world of the uncertainty in the poem. Perfectly expresses Keats' romantic belief and the temporary transcendence and the human beings of ultimately control the reality. This remains one of the same greatest architect of the English romantic poetry. Okay?